Hi, this is Alec Gonzalez, coaching the Red Line. I'm doing a video of my three thoughts today from the Bible. I was reading this morning in Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 says, "Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work." And then it goes down in verse 11, "For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the sea and all that is in them, but he rested on the seventh day." And I think this is really one of those really interesting verses that connects one of the commandments with the work of God. God was working for 6 days and then he rested. And then he put in the plan for the nation of Israel that they would follow his example, they would follow his lead. By resting, we make ourselves like God. We initiate, and God initiates with us, and we work and live at the pace that God sets for us, and that He set by example, which I think is just really beautiful. Um, then in the book of Psalms, I'll sing of your strength. In the morning, I'll sing of your love. I think this is another example of how much the mornings can be just a really beautiful time to connect with God and really just embrace God and his love for us. Again, my feeling is that love often is misunderstood, that love, in my view, is not action or service or sacrifice or what we do or how we behave. That all is the fruit of love, which is union and oneness and connection and intimacy. God, more than anything, wants us to imitate him and his love for the Trinity, and that relationship that we see in the Trinity is what we're being invited into. Union with God is the key ingredient of what God was after in creation, and He wants us to join Him in union, and then He wants us to join one another in union with one another, and that's, I think, what love is. And finally, my last verse is out of the book of Matthew, and someone comes to Jesus and says, "Who's the greatest in the kingdom?" And he calls a child over and he says, "Come on over here." And then he says, "I tell you the truth, unless you change and become like little children, you'll never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of God." And I think it's one of those really cool verses that implies trust, implies obedience, implies a lack of self direction, and a willingness to adopt the direction of God, adopt the rule of God, adopt the reign of God, the glory of God. The whole world belongs to God. And children accept that, right? They accept the innocent children, the young ones among us accept that they're not in control. They don't have the rule, they don't have the reign, they don't get the glory. They just want to exist with the adults. And I think that God is calling us to exist with Him in humility and in grace, with trust and faith, and knowing that the highest calling is to be united with God and love. That's all for now. Hope you have a great day. My name's Alec, coaching the Red Line. I love to coach pastors. If you are a Christian and you have a pastor, my encouragement for you is to pray for your pastor and encourage him in the Lord as best you can. Thanks. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.